part 2 of my 22-week update. I have had a little interruption and I don't know how to edit videos yet. So we're just going to have a part 1 and part 2. But anyway, we just had like I said, the great ultrasound. We're talking a little bit about what that birth plan looks like. Obviously, there's no other option for me other than a C-section for a couple reasons. Triplets, there's 3. The likelihood of them all being head down and ready to go at the time of delivery is very rare. I also had a very complicated delivery with my first, where he just didn't tolerate labor. And so we also hit the 24-hour mark of my water breaking, and there are just all kinds of reasons why a C-section was best. So I knew going into this, even if we just had one baby, that I would be doing another C-section. Um, so other than that, I mean, we've been doing really well. I'm feeling a lot more kicks, a lot more kind of rolling sensation. The babies are all stacked still. So I've got 2 heads on my right side and a head on the left in the middle. And we just definitely have lots of kicking. Actually, that's the reverse. Baby C is on top and her head's over here. And then B is head here and C is head here. So I get a lot of kicking over here. Um, but yeah, I mean, I feel good. I you know, feel like I did when I was about 38 weeks pregnant with Garrett. Um, I'm definitely feeling a little, excuse me, of the pregnancy brain, trying to come up with words when I'm in a work meeting or forgetting something small has gotten a little bit frustrating. But I think that's all part of just growing 3 little humans. Had a little, weepy moment the other day. Grant has to go back to his office starting in July. So I think I had just assumed we would have a little bit more time and overlap when the babies get here, that he'd be home. Not that I needed him to be fully hands-on and helping, but just to even have an adult in the house while there's 3 little babies. If I needed to take Garrett to the bus stop, or little things that I now will have to load everybody up, take them with me to take Garrett to the bus stop. And just thinking through those kinds of logistics kind of got me spiraling a little bit on just how real this is and how many babies are going to be in the house. And thankfully, we did find childcare. We officially put an offer out to a family friend, actually the son of my mom's neighbor. And it's a guy, which I think is really cool. He's helped support a couple of families in the neighborhood. Was with his one family for quite a while, and he's just got such great kid energy. And I think it'll be really fun to have that male energy in the house too, for both Garrett and the 2 little boys. And we're just excited. I mean, he comes from a wonderful family. They're all just great people, and even his sister might help us out with a little bit of kind of mother's helper work when I'm on maternity leave before I go back full time. So that's going to be really great, just to be able to have somebody here while I'm working. I work here in the basement, so I can easily tuck down here, get what I need to get done, but even go up and help with feedings and just kind of managing 3 babies for some of the harder pieces. So just really excited that that's kind of locked in. And, just thinking through logistics and some of the other big things on the list. The nursery is pretty much put together. If I can figure out the technology, I'll try to do a little tour maybe. Once we have a little bit more put together, we've got the crib set up and a nice dresser with a changing pad. But there's a couple of things on our registry that are coming soon, hopefully, that can kind of add a little spruced up decoration and stuff like that. So we will do that in a little bit. But the big stuff's covered, which makes me feel really comfortable. I need to start filling out my short-term disability leave paperwork. As soon as I hit 24 weeks, I think it's going to feel a little bit more real. That's viability. If I went into labor 24 weeks or later, there's a higher chance that we'd have survival. So I think that milestone will really kick in for me to know that it could happen. So just thinking through that, maternity planning at work, making sure I have coverage in place, kind of downloading the knowledge that's in my head into a Word document so that my team can help pick things up. Um, and really just kind of having plans in place. My family rents a beach house every 4th of July. My mom does it for us and my brother's family. And when we thought we were having a singleton, we were like, oh, we can totally do that. The first week of July. My due date really is July 23rd. So we figured we may be okay, but Mom decided to move it to the week of Memorial Day instead, just to give us more time, and then I could just be super pregnant and float around the pool. But as soon as we realized it was multiples, I knew I wouldn't be able to travel. Obviously, we need to stay around home. The doctors even said I've got until maybe like mid-April to go anywhere outside, maybe an hour radius of home. So we obviously can't take that trip this year, but we think, Garrett will be able to go and hang out maybe half the week, and then we'll meet halfway and pick him up. But planning for that and just thinking ahead to what the summer can look like, paying our pool membership. You can just picture me as a whale just floating around in the pool in June, waiting for these babies to come. So it's kind of just forward thinking, and maternity clothes, starting to grow out of all my mediums. I'm now in larges that fit over my tummy. Even some of the belly bands on pants don't come up all the way over my stomach, which I remember happening towards the end with Garrett. So, hopping online and getting some size up in some shirts and things like that. Getting short sleeves, getting ready for spring. Just really fun to kind of do that forward thinking and just starting to plan ahead a little bit more. But yeah, not a whole lot of new updates, nothing kind of crazy going on. We'll be fully vaccinated by that last weekend of April. I made a hair appointment to get this all cut off because it's just, too long and it's more than I want to deal with. So it'll be fun. It's been almost over a year since I had my hair done. And that'll be great. And then hopefully I can also schedule a prenatal massage and some chiropractics just towards the end. I think I'm going to be pretty uncomfortable, and just want that extra layer of protection of, just keeping everybody safe. So our next big thing on the list, next Wednesday, we'll go in for our fetal echocardiogram, to check on each baby's heart and make sure everything's looking great. They think we would have already seen something on the ultrasound if there was something major, but this is just an important step, not only for multiples, but for IVF. I believe almost every IVF patient is scanned in for or ordered to have a fetal echocardiogram. I guess heart issues can be a little bit more common with IVF babies. So that's our next big milestone. And then I'll do my gestational diabetes screening in April, make sure I'm all clear for that. And really, it's just keeping them in and growing them. I haven't gained much weight still. I actually haven't been weighed for about 2 weeks, but even then I had only gained about 10 pounds. But I was a little bit heavier. I was actually 30 pounds heavier than I was with Garrett to begin with. So I think that some of that fat just moved around where it needed to be. I feel a lot better. I feel like I don't have the, just extra weight that I did before. So my thought is it's just kind of reappropriating. So, but yeah, that's the 22-week update. Just excited to keep these babies growing, and more and more wonderful friends have been sending things from our registry, just to kind of say that they're thinking about us, which is really sweet. And so it just feels more and more real. So just excited to keep sharing the updates. Hopefully I'll be able to share a little bit more of me not just sitting at a desk grabbing maybe my phone and taking a video of the nursery. And Garrett's actually getting big boy furniture soon. So maybe we'll do a little tour of what the space looks like for the kiddos. And then some of the kind of big items that we've gotten that are really important that I can recommend. I'm working on figuring out how to do a storefront on Amazon just so you could kind of see some of the things we've purchased, because for me that's been the most helpful, especially in the beginning, is to have other triplet moms share products and things like that they couldn't live without. So I obviously have my registry, and I'm happy to share that of kind of the stuff that we've put on there, but I think it's also nice to kind of just hear what works after the babies are here. And being a second time mom, I know a good bit of what I liked and didn't like for one baby, but for 3 babies might be a little bit different. So that's it for now. I will share an update after a fetal echocardiogram next week, since that's kind of a big appointment, and a long one. And then just if anything else happens between now and then, I'll pop in to share an update. So thanks for watching. Bye.